Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio.
Good afternoon, everybody.
The All Around Town Radio.
Thank you, sweet Sister Mercy, for the theme song, and welcome to All Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass here on a Monday, where we are bringing you, yes, you, I'm pointing at you, we're bringing you today our weekend in review, and that's what we're going to do today. And let's see who's checking in already on the program. Glenn is out there. Time for the show, as Mark Robinson says in that theme song. Steve Downey, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Rick Kern in the house, Rick Star, as they like to refer to him. Hola, Rick. Hola. Looking forward to hanging with you on Sunday. Gonna have a big event Sunday. Hi, Eva. Thank you for being there. Pete Johnson in the house. What's up, Pete? How are you? Zach Taylor. Jimmy Kilroy. Flash G, how are you? I'm so sorry I missed your show Friday, man. I wanted to get there. I just could not do it. I was just too slammed. But thank you, though, for a great show I heard in Springboro from Flash and Top Secret. Glad to hear that. Hi, Stephanie Rumpke. Hollywood in the house. We're going to be talking about him and an event we were at this weekend here in just a few minutes. Hi, Bill. Thanks for being here. Video Bill has joined the party. Yes, I know, man. I can't be everywhere, unfortunately. I wish I could, and yours was one on my list, but just didn't quite make it. Diana, how are you? Good to see you over the weekend, and thanks for taking such great pictures. I got to see some of those online today for a brief few minutes. And yes, Pete Johnson, former Bengals running back. No, Chris Lee. I don't believe so. But welcome, everybody. Let's see. George Orr is checked in. Hi, Mandy from Mr. Burroughs, stopping by the program today. I see Mandy in there, the PMGM or whatever they call her. She does a great job there. And hi, Zach. How are you? And great. That's coming up, a little shameless plug Zach's throwing in there for this weekend. And Zach, send me that. I'll put it on Thursday's list, if you will. Just send that in a direct message, and we'll get it on Thursday's list. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you our good friend Ed Sawicki, who has joined the party here. It is Ed's birthday. Let's all wish Ed a happy birthday. We owe Ed a unbelievable amount of gratitude. Yes, an unbelievable amount of gratitude that we certainly owe Ed for all the pictures he has done, capturing the moment. Even when we can't be at an event, you feel like you're there with Ed's wonderful photography skills. So, Ed, thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying your birthday today. What are you, my friend? 26 today, I think? I think you turned 26. Hi, Colleen. It was good to see you Thursday as well. Thank you for being with us today. Sean Cooper in the house from Milano's. How are you, Sean? Thanks for dropping by. All is well with me. Hope all is well with you. And Roger Bates, thank you for that. Man, you're all getting your shameless plugs in early today. But yeah, if you want them on the list, guys, send them to me. Lee Dixon has joined the party. How are you, Lee? So good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. I miss seeing you play. Got to get out and check you guys out. Denim Deluxe Band. You are most welcome. Thanks, everybody, for giving Ed some birthday love there in the comments. Rick Kern throwing it out there. And yeah, thank you. Chris Lee played in a Motorhead cover band 20 years ago called Stone Deaf Forever. There you go. Well, if you play Motorhead music, you're going to be deaf anyway if you're using wedge monitors. I guarantee it. CFG and the family has joined us. Thank you for being here. I don't know which one of you it is, but thank you. If it's Casey, hi, Casey. We're going to talk about you, too. We got to get to everything, guys. I've got a big list of things to talk about, and let me get to some of the usual stuff here that we do at the beginning of the show on Monday. Hi, Dewey. Kevin Cooper, thank you. And no, people aren't getting the live notifications lately. I don't know what's happening with that, what's shaking there, Kevin Cooper. But we're hoping some of that gets fixed. It comes and goes. It depends on who we, tee off at the Book of Face, and if you're on the bad list or the good list. This week, I think we might be back on the good list. We're getting some views, but boy, we were down on the list Thursday. We were last Thursday's numbers normally about 3 to 4. I mean, the high 3s to 4,000 views. We had 2.9 this week. We just tanked. So I don't know. You figure it out. You let me know. If anybody can figure out this social media stuff, let me know, because it changes by the day. And we'll make it happen. Thanks for everybody giving Ed big birthday wishes out there. What's up, Mike from the Whammies? And yes. And Kevin was on the kill list a few weeks ago. Yeah. After a Tuesday show. Well, you know how it is. You know how it is. And we can say that word. I'm going to say it. What are they going to do? Nobody's on the kill list. No, we're not saying that, are we? We can't. I've already been put on double secret probation over that one. So let me talk about something here. First of all, guys, welcome. It's Monday, October 2nd. We are in the month of October. Can you believe it? October. Welcome to your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more. It's All Around Town Radio from the All Around Town studios in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. Don't forget to hit the share button and talk about people that we talk about on here. Give them some props. If you saw somebody play and you didn't get it in our programming earlier where we posted for it Sunday, you can drop it in the comments now and we'll try to say something. Rick says it's Rocktober. It is Rocktober, and which means this Sunday we're really going to kick off Rocktober at the Bell and the Bear with Women Who Rock. We've got a big show tomorrow for you that's going to be our normal Hot Topic Tuesday, along with a couple guests from the Women Who Rock world. Watch our page for an announcement on that. But could be, some edge of a broken heart going on here tomorrow. We'd love to have you on the show tomorrow. That's going to be happening at 5 o'clock tomorrow right here with Hot Topic Tuesday. Harrison Scott and all the rest of the folks might even get that saucy redhead named Kathy Laverde to join us tomorrow as well. It's going to be fun. How are you? Roger says October. I like it. Hi, Tim. Thanks for dropping in. All right, guys, let me get rolling here. As we said, our numbers were a little down on Thursday, but, it can be just a few shares that make that happen. So if you don't share any other show that we do throughout the week, Thursday is the time, because that's when we mention where everybody's playing and all the venues and such. And that's what we're really here for. All the other stuff is fun and games and all that. So don't forget to follow us on all the socials if you haven't yet before we get into our list today. We are available to you on YouTube. You get a little extra content there, too, if you check out our YouTube channel, and Instagram as well at All Around Town Radio. YouTube, all you have to do is type in All Around Town, and you'll get to it on there for real. And we are on the X platform. I don't do a lot on there. And we are on TikTok, and I'm waiting on somebody to teach me how to use it because I'm old and I just don't care. Too many platforms. Too many. But you can catch us live or after we're live anytime. Our shows are posted on both forums, so check it out if you will. All right, guys, let's get rolling. Like I said, tomorrow, Hot Topic Tuesday, special edition coming your way tomorrow. And I will say that today is it kicks off National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Today also is kicking off National Fire Prevention Month. And it is Pumpkin Spice Day for all you pumpkin crazy people out there, which I am not. But if you're a pumpkin crazy, you're loving the month of October. Pumpkin Spice Day nationally. We have a day for it. Can you believe it? I've got to get to some of the comments here too. What do we got going? What's shaking? Rick says he's not doing first Wednesday of the month. Solo at the Bell this week. Got a conflict. Oh, bummer. Well, that's too bad. I'm still doing my regular Wednesday gig. Someday I'll get to come see you there, Rick. Hi, Jonathan Grooms. Thank you. I'm going to talk about you here in a minute too. And yes, Glenn said Thursday night, Brian Culbertson was off the hook at the Arnoff. Thank you, Glenn. That looked like a good time. You got a good picture with him. So let me get going. And Glenn, I know you're doing some things for the Women Who Rock benefit. Thank you for that as well. And thank you to everybody. And if there's anyone out there who would like to donate a gift card from a business that watches us here, get with Karis or Kathy Laverde and give them something to give away so we can do some fun auction stuff that day and all the stuff that we're pulling off. So if you have a gift card, there's a gift card tree, and you can go, get your number drawn. You get to go pick from the tree and all that. And if you've got anybody out there that would like to donate to that, we'd love to have it, or contact me here at All Around Town Radio. I'll connect you with the right people and we'll make it happen. Let me go to This Week in Music for All Around Town. And what we have Wednesday night was Name That Tune, week number 22 of our summer residency. Yeah, that's a lot of weeks for a summer residency. 25 teams and a bunch of great players. We did some fun rounds that day. Songs I heard at Dayton Oktoberfest. I've Fallen and I Can't Get Up round, which all had things that had to do with fall, whether it was fall season or falling in love or any of that stuff. And then Icons of the Decades, according to Rolling Stone magazine. They're a little obscure sometimes. And we have one more full month of that going on in October and then into the first part of November, and we'll have our championship round. And we'd love to have you join us at Heather's. If you haven't yet this summer, get there. You're running out of time. You're running out of time. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you for joining us today. Just can't wait to join everyone at Women Who Rock. Yeah, that's going to be great. And we're going to talk more about that on the program tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Heather Mattingly, thank you for joining us. Good to have you with us as well. And can I find the Thinify button when I edit? I don't edit. What I shoot, I put on, period. And take it or leave it, people. I'm not a photographer. I leave that up to Ed and Diana and those folks. So if you get mine, it comes off the cell phone, and that's what you get. Sometimes the light's good. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's blurry. Thanks, Ditch. Sometimes it's just not there. Stephanie Sutherland in the house. Jeff Vance has joined the party. Thank you, Jeff Vance. We're even going to talk about Jeff here in a minute. So I know the camera angle today is really weird. I'm looking down a lot, but I'm looking at your guys' comments when I do that, and then I can look up here and see what I want to talk about. I need to fix that, but life is short. It is. Who cares? Nobody wants to see my face anyway. I got a face for radio. I do. All right, let's take you to Thursday night for All Around Town Radio. Bell and the Bear, 3rd anniversary of the Jam. I'm just going to say it. It's been said. It's been said by me. It's been said by many. The Jam got us through COVID, people. It saved many of us. It saved my business. I'm going to tell you that with what we do here because and I've got to give all kinds of props to Karis because she is an absolute genius when it comes to running her business. Some people like her, some people don't, but I'll tell you, she knows what she's doing. And one thing about Karis is she's got a huge heart for not only animals, if you follow her page, but for people and events and fundraisers and all the other things that go into running a place, and also trying at the same time to run a profitable business. And the Bell and the Bear Jam on Thursday night this week was one of those where I'm really glad I made it, because you get to hang out not only with great musicians and chat with people and have wonderful conversation, but you also get to see the magic of that place. And that's what was going on Thursday night. And I've got to give, just for a minute here, I've got to give props to the house band. We talk about them all the time. We mention them when they're doing their thing on Thursday night. But you'll find no better people than Kevin Cooper, Jim Cuesta, Kathy Laverde, Jamie Combs hosting that event. Now, there's some standard players that are always there that play with them, like Jonathan Grooms on bass, Travis Hanna on drums, and Kathy getting up there and playing bass as well. But, Kevin Cooper can play anything and sing anything, and he has taken the house band to a great level when they start the show. And I think that's a fun part about it. People know when they get there, they're going to get entertained for the first 5 or 6 songs before people start rotating through and getting up on the stage. Jim Cuesta, I call him the musical professor. He is. And Kevin and Jim, they play off each other very well. They do a great job up front there at the Bell and the Bear. And Jim's keyboard skills, as everyone knows, are just amazing. And here's another guy who can say, somebody gets up there and says something a little obscure. Yeah, we'll try it. And it happens and it works. Kathy running the list, that's not an easy job. It pisses people off. But you got to understand, folks, if you're watching this and you've been to the Jam and you feel like you got snubbed or something, you didn't. They just have to go with the flow. They have to have a flow, and they do change it up from week to week on who plays. There's been a lot of people chat about that too. Never is it the same rotation every week. And I've known people that show up that are superstar musicians that never get to play on a Thursday night because it's already full and they get there late or whatever, and they don't care. They just hang out with everybody and have fun. And what else we got? We got some things coming in here. Thank you, Colleen, for that on Ed's pictures. And Jonathan says, Jim Q and Kevin are top. So much fun playing with. Yeah, they are. And they are pros. And the reason that jam is as successful as it is, and I've always touted Karis and all the things that her staff does and all the things she does, but the house band makes it happen. And without the house band and the ability for them to read the room and know when to hold them and know when to fold them and all those things, that would not be as successful as it is. And can't forget talking about Jamie Combs as well. Here's a guy is he a guitar player by trade or a drummer? Which one is he? That's what I want to know, because he's an excellent drummer and he plays drums for a lot of people, but he also plays guitar amazingly. And Jamie is another guy that jumps in there and just makes it happen. His guitar solos are off the hook. And just a wonderful night there on a Thursday night at the Bell and the Bear. And Jonathan Grooms, you've been a great addition as well. You have been wonderful and a wonderful addition to the stage, and your demeanor and your pleasantry and the smiles you give when you're up there playing. It's obvious you love what you do, and that's wonderful. And I agree, Jonathan. They are like family to me as well. And just like there was a picture taken on Thursday night of everybody that plays music and has played at the Jam. And they try to do that annually at this event. And Kevin Cooper shouts me out and has me come up and be part of that. And that makes me feel so good that I get included in such a great group of human beings and get a chance to stand up there and be part of that, even if it's just for a moment, getting a picture taken. And Heather says she loves watching Jonathan Grooms. Yeah, he's a rock star on the stage for real. And there's so many of them that are. Yes. Colleen says she's new to the Jam and she's felt very welcome. That's what I love about it. People are welcoming there. The annual Sgt. Pepper photo. Kevin Cooper, you made me laugh, but that's so true. It really is. Jonathan Grooms, man, I since the first, I interviewed Jonathan when he was in another band years ago, had him on the show, and I knew then he was just a super good guy and a nice guy to hang around, and one of those people you like to be around. And the whole house band is there at the Bell. And thank you, Don Hudson. Thank you so much. You guys, I will tell you, there were so many musicians there. I'm going to forget somebody. So Kevin Cooper, if I forget anybody, throw it in. I mean, I was there a certain amount of time, so I didn't see the end of the show because, those of you that know me know I have a little bit of a eye issue going on, and I was a little worried about it getting foggy. My eyes are getting a little better. I'm able to drive at night, so that's a good thing. But it was one of those where I was, so they said it was going to get really foggy, so I headed out of there fairly early at 10:15 or something like that. So, so many musicians, TJ Wethington, Chris Reese in the house. Thomas Friel came up, and he used to play the Jam a lot. He's in Nashville now playing, and he came up and played. Ray Renee, Tom Stevenson, Rick Kern, Dave Wade were in the house, Derek Davidson, Jeff Vance on sound with Karis's new sound system. It sounded phenomenal. And Jeff is another one of those guys. He's a silent partner in the Jam who just does his thing, doesn't expect a lot of big recognition over it, but he does it well and makes the sound and it's tough. That's probably the hardest job in the room, is running production for that Jam, because of the different players and how loud they play and how soft they play and all that kind of stuff. It's a big job, and Jeff Vance does a wonderful job of that. And when Mark Bransford fills in, also another one of those guys that just does an amazing job. And Stephanie Sutherland, if you and Billy don't get down there some night with me, I'm going to be sad. You've got to go some Thursday night with us. If you get a night off and can, let's do it. And Rick says, cheers, Jeff Vance. Yes. Jeff Vance is wonderful. Bob says, yes. And Bob loved the heartfelt shout out. Thank you. And it's just it's a cool vibe, guys. And I can't say it enough. And I know I'm talking a lot about it. I talk a lot about it, but it's one of those, I want to encourage anyone that's never been there to hop your butt in a car and get down there some night or up there from wherever you live. And yeah, Jeff doesn't get rattled much. And my standing joke with Jeff Vance is we need more snare in the mix, and we laugh about it. And it's kind of my every time I'm there thing to say to him, because we know how the drums can be a bit tad bit loud in there at times. And really, Travis is a great player to keep it in check. But there's some drummers that fill in and then come up and play and do all those things that it can be loud. Danny Laverty's a loud drummer. He is. He's a great drummer. He can be a loud drummer. So Jeff does a great job of figuring all that out. And more snare, Jeff just said. I love it. I love it, Jeff. And Top Shelf, yes, on the gear upgrade. Yes. And Mark Bransford did a great job of that because, man, it sounds good. And I love the way it's coming together there and what's happening in that room. It's a wonderful, wonderful venue and good stuff. So a few more musicians to talk about. Bob Weber was in the house. Chris Will was there. Colleen, who's on here, was there. Mary from Nothing But Bunk Cakes led to my diabetic coma that day with those wonderful buntinis. She's a rock star too. And speaking of Rockstar, the Rockstar boys, Toy and Rick, were in the house. Gina and Johnny were there. Byron from Dat Band, and probably a whole bunch I'm forgetting at this point. But a bunch of people. And it's so good to hang out with them, sit outside and chat with them sometimes, and just enjoy family. And that's what the Bell and the Bear is. So that was our Thursday nights. And Colleen says drums can never be too loud. Oh, but they can. Oh, but they can. Yes. And thank you to all the house band, and always so welcoming. I'm looking forward to working with them again on Sunday here at the Bell for the Women Who Rock event. Myself and Bridget Rock will be co-hosting that event, and we're looking forward to that. And all the other folks that are going to be there volunteering their time and working for a good cause on Sunday, starting at 3:00 with John Karabi. John, did you hear that? John Karabi, people. If you don't know who John Karabi is, your head's been in the sand, or you better go look him up. That's all I got to say. And the ladies from Vixen, who just hint, might be on the show tomorrow. Hint. Yes. So yeah, we're opening that show with John Karabi, and then Vixen, all kinds of great players, and some other surprises coming your way. And we'll talk about that more at length tomorrow at 5:00. So I got to move on. We had some good stuff. I did mention Chris Will, Jim. Thank you. And absolutely. And yes, Bob says John effing Karabi. Yes, John Karabi, people, opening that show. Going to do about a 55 minute set. So love to have you there at 3:00. Get there early, stay late. It's a Sunday, it's a school night, but we'll make it happen. All right, let me roll on into Saturday. I skipped Friday, people. I everything else under the sun going for me on Friday, and I couldn't get out to hear some music. But Saturday, Christian's Corn Stand Jam number 5 for mental health awareness. It was at River's Edge in Hamilton. First of all, it was an honor to meet Jimmy, who's Christian's father. Christian unfortunately lost his life to mental health issues. And Jimmy was a great guy. And boy, did he work hard. He worked extremely hard. What are you saying? We'll probably do a couple live cutaways from there, Jim, but we're not going to do... if you're talking about a live shot or a live broadcast all day, it's just too much, too noisy, too much going on. And it's an action-packed day if you've seen the list of people that are going to play. So, yeah. Oh, you're saying Thursday. Not this week. We're going to actually do it tomorrow. We're doing it tomorrow on Hot Topic Tuesday, and then we'll add some other fun stuff into that. So let me roll on through here and talk about Christian's Corn Stand Jam. What an event. Music, food truck, stuff for the kids. And can I just say, the vibe in Hamilton, Ohio, that has to do with outdoor events and indoor events and live music is really a great vibe. I didn't meet anybody that night that was from Hamilton that wasn't so proud to be from Hamilton. And many of them are multi-generational Hamiltonians. And is that a word? Hamiltonians. And let me tell you, they're proud of their town. They should be. They should be proud of what they've done in that area, because I'll tell you, in the 80s, when I was doing a lot of music stuff back then, that area of town was not real desirable to go to. And now it's a mecca of music and fun. And there's all these, it's a Dora district. There's all these bars and restaurants down there. The food trucks are lined up on a street. They did this thing right. And the amphitheater and park is top shelf. If you haven't been there, I mean, it's a great venue. Acoustics are wonderful. The sound is amazing. I will tell you that. They own their own equipment, and this isn't like they go out and throw a couple PA speakers up. This is national touring act style sound. Great audio, great video production. Check out our pictures. You want to see it. Look at the pictures we have of the equipment and the stuff that goes on there at River's Edge. The production was bar none some of the best, and they were moving people on and off the stage very quick. Casey Gomez from CFG and the Family, musical director, he killed it with his lineup. He brought in great players, and many of them, of course, local players that are local favorites in Hamilton. And he ran that like a well-oiled machine backstage. And also, I've got to give big props to my friend Hollywood. And Hollywood is a class act as well when it comes to music and when it comes to working backstage and taking care of people and making sure the bands have what they need and all that. It was a group effort. I understand it completely. There was a big team of people there. But the merch sales, everything that was going on inside the venue, and this was a free event, people. I mean, people were bidding on raffles and baskets and all those things to help raise money, and they were selling adult beverages, of course. But it was cool. And again, I love the video walls and the things that went on there. The area is amazingly cool, as we said, and it was full of people. This place, the amphitheater was full, but the streets were packed with people walking around down there. So what a cool vibe going on down there in Hamilton. Hi, Karis. She just joined the party. Scott Bennett, thank you for being here. Alex Hall, my brother from another mother. Rob Paisley checking in. How you doing? Thank you for that. So let me talk about the bands for a minute. And here's what happened to Scott. Supposed to be done and be there when it started. Grandson soccer game in the morning tournament. Wins. Another game, 12:30 in the afternoon. So he won both of them. So I'm headed there tonight for the championship game right after the show, and hopefully he's going to win the whole thing. But that's where I was in most of the afternoon. And then I got down there to see the very end of the interns. Dave Taylor and Gino all doing their usual crazy antics on stage and fun stuff. The interns did a great job, and they're always good. Dave Taylor's a great entertainer. And so I got a chance to hear them play the last few songs as I was coming into the venue. Then about 6:30 or so, the Jamie Carr Band was on the stage. Stellar musicians. Just a great lineup. And I heard that John Ford was amazing earlier. The Kakato comeback was also amazing. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see them. I will get out to see those guys, though. I've heard great things about them. So Jamie Carr Band, they wowed the crowd. Crowd was doing the food trucks and moving around and playing the games and doing all the stuff that were going on. By the time CFG and the Family came in, they were on fire in their hometown. This place was smoking busy. They were on fire. Casey put on one of the better performances that I've ever seen him do. And he was loving life on that stage. He was loving life up there and just killing it this weekend with his style of. And somebody asked me to describe Casey's style, and I said, it's gravelly swamp music. I mean, I hate to lump it up like that, but it's like if this guy came out of the bayou and he started singing this bluesy edge rock, that was Casey. And they do a great spin on some other music as well, some cover songs, and they do their originals. Mason on the guitar, Pete on the drums, unbelievably stellar. They're a wonderful, 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 wonderful band. if you haven't seen them. What do we got coming in? Yes, Wendy Gullett said, Stephanie, time to check it out on Sunday. There you go. All right. Not a good day on Sunday for you to meet everybody, though, probably, which I'd love to do sometime, Stephanie, and introduce you to some of the players down there as a fellow musician. Sunday will be absolutely, can I say balls to the wall? That's what's going to be happening on Sunday. It is. Speaking of musicians playing Sunday, there's Steve. Thank you, Steve. It is. Grandpawing is a blessing. It is, sir. And yeah, it is Dave Taylor's birthday. That's right today. I've got to mention that as well. And there's Mason checking in. And Mason, it's always a pleasure to hang around you. And I've got to say something. Brandon Sarber, who used to be in your band and is just so busy because he's doing great things working for the city of Hamilton. He and I had about a half-hour conversation backstage. You talk about a guy who's proud of his hometown, proud of you guys as a band. And I mean, just, he had tears in his eyes talking about you guys because he loves you guys that much. And I can't, it's just a family. It is. And I guess that's why you call it CFG and the family, but amazing. And he had great things to say about the venue and what's coming for the venue and all the things that go on in the city of Hamilton. So what a great town full of great people. Really, really cool. And, we had a good time. Hollywood Backstage again. I got to give him props. Thank you for making Chris Reese and I feel at home. I got to hang out with Chris Reese back there a little bit and some of the other folks backstage. And Casey, you as well, if you're watching. If you're not watching today, Casey, you and Mason, thank you. And gosh, you guys are just super. And I'm going to get to see Thursday next week. I get to see a couple guys from the band playing with a guy up here, Jake Hambone Davis, and playing close to me. So I'm going to go check them out as well. I think Greg and Pete are going to be jumping in on that show. So Rozzy's Fireworks came out and blew us away with a great, what they call the low show. It's the smaller fireworks display. They only go up about 150 feet. And I know that from my fireman days. But it was still a great show because everybody had a wonderful view of it right there. And they put on a good 10, 12-minute show of fireworks about 9:30 that night. It was a beautiful night. We got to see the Starlink satellites go over. If you heard the hype about that, they flew over and we got to check those out. And Rozzy's did a nice job. The City of Hamilton Fire Department did a nice job with that as well. And then brought the Cliff Tones up. And now this was a big stage changeover. I mean, I don't know how many pieces that band. Was it 9-piece band, maybe more than that? They were up there, the Cliff Tones, cool reggae vibe, super nice people. Got the chance to talk to them backstage a lot. And amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Ed, I always knew there was some sort of a look-alike with you and Dave Taylor. It's amazing. Your birthday twin. That's why it was. And Corona had an excellent weekend of music in Cincy. Good. New York City today. Thank you. You travel more than anybody I know, Corona Buffett. And Mark was able to check out CFG and the family at Bell on Friday. And yeah, I mean, isn't it great, Mark? I mean, they're a superior band, and they're going to Memphis. They won Cincinnati's Blues Challenge. They're going to Memphis for the International Blues Competition. We're going to wish them well, guys. And I know they're going to be having some events to basically fundraise their way down there and do those kind of things. We're going to get behind that and do everything we can to support that band. And we're going to have them back on the show again. I had Mason and Casey on to talk about the event over the weekend last Wednesday, and it was a wonderful time. So Cliff Tones, I saw them years and years and years and years ago. They've been around forever, but they've had a big lineup change and all that stuff. And really cool. Yeah. If Dave wore some white glasses, you couldn't tell them apart. I love it, Don Hudson. I've never been backstage at a show, though, and I will tell you there's always a first in this business. Always a first. Never been backstage at a show where Hollywood was babysitting a turtle for a band in a cage. A turtle in a cage. And there was a guy dressed up as an ear of corn. The things you see in music, folks. Fantastic. Jimmy, what a show you put on in honor of your son and mental health awareness. Mental health is a huge crisis in our country, people, and we need to get behind that as well. And that's kind of what we're doing with Women Helping Women, that group as well, and helping those folks and support them when they're in need. And Women Helping Women also helps men. So it's a charity that's worth getting behind, and that's happening on the 8th this Sunday. We'd love to see you there for that one. That's all I've got for today, and I know I've kept you a little long here, folks, but I wanted to make sure I talked and did it justice. The Corn Stand Jam, if you get it was the end of the season for River's Edge, but if you get there next year, check that out if you haven't been there. It's a wonderful venue, and you'll enjoy it. I did miss Dave Moody's show over the weekend, Hairball. I know they always put on a fantastic show. I've seen them a couple times, and there's so much going on. And I understand there was a whole lot of people went to see Jelly Roll on Thursday night as well. So hopefully y'all had fun with that. Hot Topic Tuesday tomorrow will be broken into a couple segments. Join us at 5. We're going to have Kathy Laverde and Karis on for talking about Women Who Rock. Some special guests. Like I said, we might even take a little trip to Edge of a Broken Heart, if that gives you a hint. Joining us tomorrow on the show. And who knows who else may pop in and join us on Hot Topic Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Until then, guys, get out and support live local music. If you can't do that tonight, get on the Book of Face and like some pages when we talk about these bands. Hit the like button and smash that support for them if you can. That's the most important thing. All right, let me see what I got. Thank you, Jim McCarthy. Great show. Thank you, Ed. And Ed, thank you for what you do as well. You're an amazing man, and I would not know half of the things I know about what goes on out there without watching your pictures. So you take some great photographs, Ed. Diana, thank you for your photography ability. I mentioned that earlier in the show. I don't know if you were on here then, but you did a great job down there at River's Edge as well. And we had some fun pictures we took together. So I hope you're doing well, Diana. And thank you guys for watching today. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Join us. We'll have a topic too, and we may do a little this or that and all that stuff that we normally do as well. So looking forward to seeing y'all. We'll catch you next time right here at All Around Town Radio.
This is Dave Wade from Cincinnati's own Deviate, and you're listening to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the Book of Face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So All Around Town Radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So All Around Town Radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the